Now let's calculate the room nights for a specific room type arriving on a certain day. Now, room nights, as we recall, is going to be in H5 to H95 on this worksheet. So we need to add this room night only if the guest is staying in a given room type and arriving on a certain day. So in this case, we need to use a SUMIF, but we have more than one criteria because we have to look at room type and also the weekday of arrival. So we need to use something called SUMIFS equal sum if, okay, and we need to use this version with an S because we have more than one criteria range. So the first argument is the range that we want to sum. The range that we want to sum is the room nights. So I go to this worksheet and I select room nights, okay, H5 to H95, comma. So now I go back to where I came from, and the second argument is going to be, okay, so the range we want to sum followed by the first range to which we want to apply our criteria or our logical test. So let's look at the room type first. So my criteria range is C5 to C95 on the EX2 hotel data worksheet. Okay, so it's being filled in up here, comma. My criteria is standard twin room, which is in A26. I'm removing the sheet reference because it's not necessary. It makes the formula a bit harder to read, comma. Now, the second criteria range is the weekday of arrival. So again, I go back to EX2 hotel worksheet, and the weekdays are here, K5 colon K95, comma. And the criteria is that it should be Sunday. So I click up here, close parenthesis, and I remove this reference. So now I press enter, and as we expected, it's 0 because up here we don't have any bookings, so of course we don't have any room nights. Now before I copy this to the other rows and columns, let me just use absolute references or mixed references where needed. This has to be absolute. This has to be absolute. A26, that would be the reference to the room type. The column must be absolute. It should always be column A, but the row number is allowed to adjust. This should be absolute. And this criteria for the weekday, the row number should be fixed, but the column is allowed to adjust. And now I'm going to copy this downward and also to the side. All right, and once again you'll see that nobody arrives on Friday and Saturday, so it's zeros here. Now I'm going to quickly calculate the sum. Okay, and once again I'm going to use an if function to check if my total room nights here matches the total room nights up here. Okay.